Hello everyone. Today we are doing part 3 of chapter 2 We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together, written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. In our previous video, part 2, we had done when they met with the accident, or you can say disastrous experience of that sea storm in the southern Indian Ocean. And no doubt, this had put a lot of damage to the ship and water started entering. They had also met physical injuries and morale was very low. Now the problem continues further. As the water entered into the ship, everything was, floating in the water, whether paper, kitchen material, or anything else. Now they used those pumps to pump out the water, and hand pumps blocked due to debris, that was choked. Electric pump short circuited, but they were lucky because they had one spare electric pump and they used it, and luckily that worked. At the same time, they were shooting the SOS, or you can say the mayday calls, distress calls, you can say, but there was no reply to the mayday calls, or badly injured, as I told you. Now let us talk of January 3rd. The situation continues and the pumping also at the same time. Situation was under control today. That means they were throwing as much water as it was entering into the ship. Wave Walker's main rib frame was damaged. This is basically just kind of a chassis of any kind of vehicle. This is the same which hold the ship together. This had, damaged, and the water was entering somewhere beneath the water level. Only hope for survival was to reach El Amsterdam French scientific base. There were a couple of islands. There a few hundred, 100 kilometer away, and if they wanted to save themselves, they had to reach there. On January 4 and 5, the crew had to keep pace with the water. That means still they are continuing throwing the water out. But now the situation was that they were under control. Now they took the decision to reach the small island, as I told you earlier. Winds back to 40 knots. It's a high speed. On January 5, situation became desperate again. They were fighting against odd situation. Now the captain took the reading of the sextant, read winds, wind speed, change in the course of water, and the water current. He studied all these because he was going to make a decision now. It was very crucial time for them. He checked and rechecked his calculations, and ultimately when he was satisfied, on January 6, approximately 2 p.m. in the afternoon, he asked uh, to steer the ship at 185 and expected to reach the islands at 5 p.m. the same day. Now, they were hopeful that they will reach, but Captain, he depended much on the luck because the situation was quite adverse. Safe at last. Let me tell you, after making this decision, Captain dozed off, means he slept, hoping everything, living on God's mercy that let us see what happens. And he was expecting to reach there at 5 p.m. When he woke up at 6 p.m., the children appeared and hugged him, calling him the best captain and the best daddy in the world. And he said, not today, because it was 6 p.m. and he thought that we may not have reached the destination. We have missed it. And that is why he said to the children, not today. But there was no limit to his happiness when he came to know that they are very near to the island. Here, the remarks of Jonathan, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together, and Shu's extreme sense of courage and conviction of the right led them to victory. So, this victory basically coming out of this situation was a combined effort. But children, they are particularly praiseworthy because they had shown extreme exemplary courage of their age. This lesson brings home an idea of human bravery, courage, determination, and optimism. So, we have gone through the last part, now they are safe, and the next video will be doing the textual exercise of chapter 1st and 2nd. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.